Hello, everybody, and happy Tuesday. I hope you're all having a beautiful week, and now I will invite you to sit down with me and talk about another lesson. This week, I want to talk about the importance of making connections. So I'm going to start this video out with a story. Now, this past week, my friend Kylie and I went to Spring Grove, which is like a cemetery park place that we went to just chill out at and journal and talk, and this video is actually from that day. But on this day, we met this wonderful guy. He was full of energy and super lively. He came just rushing towards us and waving. We were kind of taken aback at first, but we got really excited and we started waving back at him. So he approached us and he began telling us about the trees that were surrounding us by this little pond that we were sitting at. And turns out they were a type of redwood. I never would have guessed that. But he was so passionate about trees. We listened to him and he invited us to walk with him to find the other trees that he was looking for. So we decided to follow him, and he shared with us some stories and some wisdom. It turns out he was coming all the way from Rhode Island. He was actually making a cross-country trip to find the greatest trees in the US. How cool, right? We also found out that he was a teacher and a musician. He was sharing so much wisdom and experience with us. I think at one point he said something along the lines of, "The brilliance of human stupidity is just how brilliant and special we think that we are." Now, this really resonated with both Kylie and I, and after returning from our walk, I couldn't help but just thank the universe for this interaction. I felt as though I had learned so much and connected so strongly to a stranger in just, 20 minutes time. But the point of the story is that the opportunity to connect is everywhere. There are workers, there are hikers, travelers, moms, groups, and other communities to explore and feel connected to. You can start by just saying hi to a cashier and asking them about their day, or maybe strike up a conversation with a stranger that you run into. We need to start looking for similarities amongst all of us rather than differences. The beauty about connection is that it helps us to feel less alone, and turns out we aren't as different from each other as we think we are. I'll share a couple examples here, the first one being that I recently joined a class where we share our traumas and our upbringings, and then we learn ways to cope and grow together. I feel so connected to these people that I've talked to just 3 times now because we're so vulnerable with each other and we all have so much in common. Secondly, I went to a wedding for this girl in my college class this weekend, and our group of classmates got to connect outside of the classroom. We were dancing and laughing together and sharing stories with each other, and now I feel so much more connected to all of them. When an opportunity opens up to you and you feel as though it could have value, I think you should take it. There are so many people out there, so many groups and communities even, that are going through similar experiences as you, and maybe in the same exact spot as you and going through the same things. Oftentimes we close ourselves off. We think of ourselves as unicorns, these special beings living a unique experience. And while you're unique, you don't have to be alone. Finding people that you can relate to is so refreshing, and it becomes so supportive. Furthermore, community and connection breeds belief. When recovering alcoholics attend an AA meeting, they have a community there supporting them and backing them. This community is full of people that are in the same place and have similar goals. When you have this support, you begin to believe in yourself and your capabilities. I actually met Kylie through a yoga class that she was leading. I had recently gotten into yoga, and my boyfriend knew Kylie, so we went to her class one evening, and now Kylie and I are good friends. I couldn't even imagine my life without her at this point because we have so much in common, we've shared so much with each other, and she's helped me so much already just in the short amount of time that I've known her. But through that class and through Kylie, I've made a handful of wonderful friends who have similar goals as me, similar mindsets, and now I feel less alone and just more connected to people. I also feel much more supported and more confident in pursuing my dreams because I have people around me that understand where I'm coming from and who are living a similar experience to me. And we can share things with each other and feel empowered because we're not these unicorns. I'm like, wow, there are actually people out there who know what I'm going through and they can understand how it's shaped me into the human I am today. And we can go and achieve and chase our dreams together because we have similar goals and mindsets. Making these connections can initially force us to step out of our comfort zone, which is a little bit intimidating. And I know as a person who struggles with social anxiety, even though it's getting better, I oftentimes find it difficult to even just say hi to a stranger or to spark up a conversation with somebody. However, I've been exposing myself to these uncomfortable situations because the more that I do it, the better that I feel. It's a form of exposure therapy, and the more comfortable I get with talking to people and making connections. And now I'm at a place where I can open up to people and connect with them and then feel less and less alone and less unique. Through these opportunities that I've had and through the experience of being a part of a group, I've learned that I am not alone. I am not this black sheep. There are other people out there who understand me, and all it takes is reaching out. Make a point to connect with others genuinely, get to know people, join some groups, find classes, scout out some communities. This life can be super intimidating and frightening even if we don't find other people to connect with. So connect with one another. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're able to gain some value from this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff down below, and I will see you next week. Take care of yourself.